What's up? What's happening? Welcome to another edition of the Short Porch, presented by Barstool Sports. I am your host, Hubs. In studio, Tommy Smokes right beside me. No on the ones and twos. Marty is home in Jersey City, but we're here. A lot of Yankees stuff to get to. A lot of baseball news. When you do once a week, and like baseball's actually happening and not in like a fucking lockout, a lot of shit goes down. Like you forgot many things that have happened that I had like give you like show notes on or whatever, just because it didn't feel like it would happen in the last calendar week.
I didn't forget they happened, but like the Carlos Correa to the Twins thing, I couldn't believe we haven't already talked about that on
Right.
here. Like,
So
that feels like ages ago.
We're gonna get into all that shit. Right off the top, though, I want to talk to you guys about our friends at Shopify. Shopify gives entrepreneurs the resources once reserved for big business, so upstarts, startups, and established businesses alike can sell everywhere, synchronize online and in-person sales, and effortlessly stay informed. Scaling your business is a journey of endless possibility. You can reach customers online and across social networks with an ever-growing suite of channel integrations and apps, including Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and more. You can synchronize your online and in-person sales with Shopify. You gain insights as you grow with detailed reporting of conversion rates, profit margins, and beyond. More than a store, Shopify grows with you. This is possibility powered by Shopify. Go to shopify.com/porch, all lowercase, for a free 14-day trial and get full access to Shopify's entire suite of features. Grow your business with Shopify today. Go to shopify.com/porch. That's Shopify, shopify.com/porch right now. Shopify.com/porch. All right, so what do we get into? Let's start non-baseball news real quick off the top. You just got kicked out of fucking St. Peter's. St. Peter's, miraculous run, Jersey City. They beat Kentucky. Who'd they beat in the other game?
Murray State.
Murray State. They were awesome. They were a fantastic team to watch play basketball. I happened to be at a bar. You were with me earlier today, and the bartender happened to be from St. Peter's. It was great. We were having like a whole great time. That was on is that Friday? Thursday. But yeah, you
guys hung out?
We did.
Yeah. Without you, and it was, you know what was even better is you weren't there.
No, we had a nice time. We had a few beers after work on Thursday. Watched some March Madness at a local bar, and
yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah,
I'm glad you guys had a good time. And is no one gonna compliment my haircut or what?
Oh, did you get a haircut?
Got a haircut.
I didn't even notice.
All right.
Looks really nice.
I think you should still go. I didn't give you a compliment. I think that you should still go a little shorter.
Still shorter.
Yeah.
I cut off a lot. I didn't realize how long it actually was.
I think you should go a little shorter still.
But yeah, I just went to St. Peter's, and this one guy like first politely was like, just don't go like near the gym, and because we were by the gym and the team was practicing, we didn't even know. We just wanted to see the campus. We're like, all right, yeah, sounds good. We'll be outside. Then we're gonna do like a little video being like, this is who beat Kentucky, and just walk across the campus. And the campus is one street long. It's literally like 5 buildings. And the guy fucking lost his shit on us, and Duke started laughing. And then the guy fucking was just screaming at us the entire, like, I try to be nice. I go, you're a little punk, keep laughing at me. It was fucking nuts.
He called you a punk?
Like, no, called Dukes a punk. Because he was laughing at him. It was quite wild. But the guy yelling at us, he could only yell if he was looking down. It was very odd.
Do you think it's anything to do with you not liking teachers or respecting them?
You know, yeah, I knew that was the next fucking one.
I don't know if we could keep you on this podcast.
Like, you don't even like teachers, so it's like, just get them out of here. Yeah, I appreciate you guys still having me on the podcast. You know, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, Hubs. I have a talent to make people hate me for minuscule things.
Oh yeah.
That's a talent in itself.
I don't know if this will.
It may not just be like anything, minuscule, large. They just don't.
I don't know if this will make you feel better or worse, but I think this is as much hate as I've ever seen a Barstool employee get. I think Nate has had no.
I don't agree with that. I think people like there's still like people still like me.
Yeah. But I'm not saying least liked. Maybe most hate, if that makes sense.
I could see that. I mean, dude, it's like.
Who do you think?
I don't want to name names. It's mean. Not a good way to do this.
Did you see my Instagram story?
No.
No.
It just
yeah.
This goes 2 words: commit suicide. Like, Jesus Christ! Just because you say I don't bet. I was just basically the biggest thing where I don't understand why it was so
funny DM.
Why is it so
right
much
to the
hate?
point.
Like, what did I do exactly? Like the teacher thing, sure, but like it was more yesterday of like people like, you look so bad. It's like the guy told me I had no talent. What am I supposed to do? Like roll over and pet his belly?
Yeah.
You have an incredible talent. You have an incredible talent. He can no longer say you have no talent because, as we've realized, you have the talent to make people angry at an unbelievable rate.
That's a talent in itself. I mean,
they don't boo nobodies is what you should just keep saying to people.
That was also a risky move. I was like, hey Dave, like, do I have talent or no?
And yeah.
That was brutal.
I didn't know what he was gonna say.
If he said no, you would have. I don't know what you would have done.
No, I had to quit.
It wasn't hesitation either, which is good. I thought it'd be like, waiting. No, it was good. So, yeah, you're in the mud a little bit here, a lot of bit here, but you're making waves.
Yeah, hey, whatever, man.
And you got what was the most recent invention you just did? The mug? That was insane. The mug. You drop kicked a mug, and you thought it was gonna stay on the table.
I mean, I literally just tried to hit it once and it went over. We got so many, dude. Like, we have Arctic Air coming up.
What is that? Is that a spaceship?
Bacon Wave. This one looks sick.
What is that? It helps people get up?
Yeah, it helps you get up from the couch. And then I wear so
But you
many
need
hats.
somebody else.
If that doesn't work, that's a problem.
I got a cap washer. And then this one is a rolling toothpaste squeezer.
That's good. I want that.
That I like.
That one looks good. So I got a lot of videos coming out with these.
All right, cool. Let's get some Yankee news. Where do we begin? Okay, let's start from the top. I'm just picking random things. Luke Voit's traded. Officially happened. Tea leaves were there for a while. Obviously, signing back Rizzo was like the final nail in the coffin. Voit wants to go play somewhere. The Yankees were looking to trade him for quite some time now. He was on the mark. Honestly, there was a chance he was going to get traded. A high chance he was going to get traded last trade deadline. Didn't happen. He gets traded to the Padres for Justin Lang, who I think he's like the 22nd prospect now on the Yankees.
That's pathetic.
Yeah, but you couldn't expect anything to come. Like, this is a complete salary. I'm dumping Voigt's like $5 million that we're gonna pay him, and you get back this Justin Lang guy. I think he threw 102 in high school, if I saw that correctly. So he throws hard, strikes out a lot of people, walks a lot of people, needs to be developed. He was in their top 10, I want to say, in the Padres, but their top 10 compared to us, different, obviously. But yeah, Luke is over in Slam Diego. I think he's actually gonna I like the fit.
He looks good in the Padres.
He really does. I like the fit.
Less hitter friendly. What?
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer there.
He's gonna have a really good year. Less hitter friendly part.
When he's healthy, he's excellent. When he was healthy, his last 3 years, not 2021, was like over a 900 OPS. He's a very good hitter. And he's gonna be able to DH there too.
It is another tank job by Cashman where he
held on to a guy too long.
Right. Led the league in home runs in 2020, and we're now trading him for their number 22 prospect or something.
Right.
Like, that's pathetic.
You see it with Clint, Miguel Ando. Yeah.
Right. Like, it's just the Yankees are the epitome of sell low. The Yankees have never sold high on a guy ever. They just hold on until it's worth. It's sort of like what I do with
Gary, same
like
fucking
crypto
thing here.
And like different things. Like, I wait till it's worth nothing and then I finally dump it. I never get out on top. That's what they did with Luke Voit.
Yeah. It sucks. I'm gonna miss the guy. I think he gave this team everything he could. His body failed him when he was on the field. He was awesome. He gave the team a legitimate spark and life that they were desperately needing. Didn't necessarily come through in the playoffs ever, or would always have injury problems. Like fucking in 2020, he's playing on literally 1 foot the entire year. But the fact that he was playing on 1 foot, led the league in home runs, showed you he didn't everyone else was down. He wasn't gonna let himself get taken out of the lineup. You have to appreciate that. It's the type of guy you're gonna get. I wish him all the best in San Diego. The fact that he is not in the American League, specifically like the AL East, like my biggest fear is he'll go like Boston or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they could have just controlled not trading him though to Boston.
That's also true.
Yeah,
that is also. Well, I feared maybe they would have non-tendered him or something. Yeah. That was a fear. But yeah, out of the American League, have fun in San Diego, mash out there, and get yours. He's definitely a few years away from free agency, but which sucks. He gets screwed by that because of how late he got service time and all that. But I like San Diego. I'm going to love betting on the Padres this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. No Tatis, but Luke Voit like in that lineup. I'm going to have a blast with him and Machado in that lineup. Wish him all the best. Justin Lang is basically just a throw-in as far as I'm concerned, though.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just didn't think that it should have been let's just get rid of Luke Voit to get rid of Luke Voit.
I think that's the moment they signed Rizzo, like that was.
I know, it just
move.
Seems weird.
Okay, next thing. We'll go arbitration. So the Yankees had, their guys up. Joey Gallo comes back for a little over 10. I want to say Glaber got around 6. Aaron Judge is still up in the air. His contract negotiations are ongoing. He wants $21 million this couple of years. The Yankees want to pay him 17, which is actually on board with what MLB Trade Rumors always predicts their number, what they're worth. 17 is actually what they had for him. He has 21. Arbitration's always so ugly. Remember, like Dylan Betances and
like
shit. That
Randy
like
Levine
Randy Levine literally like broke down how much he sucked, like
yeah.
to like the arbiter. Is that the word? Yeah, arbiter. So this is a mess. You don't want this, especially as Aaron Judge is like. This is not a good precursor for how the contract extension talks are going to go in the next like 10 days.
Especially when it's just say 19 and that's it.
But I don't want them to like. I want just the contract extension to happen. But I'm saying the fact that they are off already
right, the fact they
not,
couldn't agree to that
is not a good
sign.
Now
maybe this year gets included in an extension where.
No, it would be. Yeah, they'd buy out this year.
Right. Well,
that's
not
how
necessarily. But
that's how it would work. He actually just gave quotes. I'm optimistic, but it's a short window before opening day. Judge said again that he wants to be Yankee for life. Hopes to avoid the arbitration process. Mentioned how upset Betances was after the 2017 hearing. That feels all posturing using Betances there, obviously, because like he's trying to make the Yankees look bad, like they did with the Betances thing. Just lock him on the fuck up. Like
6 years.
You didn't get a shortstop. You went with a stopgap. You went with a cheaper option with Rizzo, although we do like Rizzo. You haven't added anything else. Give the money to Aaron Judge. Don't let this happen.
6 years, $200 million.
Sure.
Starting this year.
Not a problem.
I mean, look, I'll say this. I'm not giving Aaron Judge 10 years, $300 million.
I think he knows he's not getting
If he wants that, go ahead and try.
He's got to know that that's not happening. But 6 for $200 is fair to me.
6 for $200 seems fair. It's like, what, 33 a year or
something? You do run into the problem of, like, that matches up with Stanton, obviously. And, like, you can only have one DH. And eventually Judge's body is...
But Judge is still only 20. He is. He'll be 30 this year. That's crazy.
It's such an interesting negotiation process, right? Because like when he's on the field, he's truly an MVP candidate. But then the years that he's not on the field, I think I saw something where he played the years that he gets hurt, he plays 60% of the games. So it's like either MVP or like you don't really have him.
Yeah,
that's hard, and he's about to be 30.
Do you guys think that if we didn't lock him up, the Yankees are just like, you got to look at the Yankees differently, where it's like, this has been our guy. Like, he did have an unbelievable rookie season. He's been hurt, but like, if we just let him go because it was a little too much money, where it's like, what are we doing now?
I think the excuse is there if they went and got a Corey Seager this offseason or a Carlos Correa. I won't agree with it. Like, but now I don't see how there's an excuse. Like, I legitimately don't think that it's inexcusable to not lock him up the way they conserve the money.
Yeah, especially he came from us. This is our guy. They fucking made a section after that.
They made a fucking section. Yeah.
Which is still, I try and forget about that shit all the time. But like, I think you just have to do whatever it takes.
Yeah. Definitely. They make some money.
Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. Like I said, I don't want to go 10 years, 300, but they should be able to find something that works. When he's on the field, he's one of the best players in baseball, and he is the face of the franchise. Like they sort of want to make him the next Jeter, the next captain. You can't lose a guy like that.
You have to get this done.
But they lost Cano. I mean, Cano.
This is not the same.
I'd argue it's I mean, Cano was better. Like, Cano had done more at that point consistently, I think, than Judge. No? I think if you look at the numbers, like, Cano was coming off years of being healthy. Cano
didn't have health problems.
Right. Cano from 2010, like, he was from 2009 through 2013, put up, like, 5 unbelievable seasons. Like, maybe not as much as superstar Judge.
Okay, you're not.
Home runs.
All right, you're not entirely wrong. You know what? Maybe it just almost got overshadowed because obviously he was playing with A-Rod, Jeter, all those fucking guys.
Right. But, like, Cano's, I mean, those were,
for
5 years,
314,
369 OBP, 28 homers a year, 100 RBIs.
I forget he was a top 5 MVP candidate for, literally every 5 straight years.
So.
Well, don't let that happen again.
No, I know. But it's also a little different because I don't think Judge is getting 10 years like
no,
Cano got.
He's not. The injuries and the age definitely play a factor. What was Cano as a free agent? Was he like 27?
Let's see. He was 30.
Oh, so that's somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
But the injuries, again, really throw a wrench in everything, the injury history.
He signed for 10 years, $204 million.
Here's my fear, right? The Yankees,
That seems like nothing now in retrospect.
What is ever?
10 years, $204 million.
Oh, that's nothing.
That feels like, how did the Yankees not give him that?
Here's my fear. Hal wants to save every chance he can get, right? And Cashman obviously follows his orders to a T. Like, I could almost see them not wanting to get this extension done to have Aaron Judge to gamble on Judge having an injury-riddled season to drastically drop his number.
Like, they're going to... Well, also the vaccination part is interesting.
Extremely.
If Judge is only playing
Eric
half
Adams,
the
that
games
schmuck.
this year.
I fucking hate this guy. I don't like getting political, any of this. I don't like paying attention to any of that stuff. I can't stand this guy.
I didn't think it could
He is
get
a
worse than de
bumbling
Blasio,
moron.
but it may.
Why can't we pick correct mayors? These guys stink. He might be actually worse than de Blasio.
Yeah, which seemed impossible.
He is a moron.
Moron.
I hate this rule.
But yeah, if he's only going to play in that, like, you don't want to have a contract year where you're only playing in half the games. He better just get fucking vaccinated.
Oh, wait, hold on. I have an update to that. This is off of the Yankee Reddit. So this is the service time thing. Remember I said that he couldn't hit free agency? So for service time purposes, what matters are the days on the MLB roster, not games. There are 182 days in an MLB schedule, but 172 days on the roster counts as a full year. Judge is currently at 5 years and 51 days of service time, meaning that he needs 121 more days on the roster to reach 6 years. Marty's just going to lose his mind. Like, there's a lot. Okay, thus, Judge could afford to miss 61 games and still qualify for free agency. We can safely assume he will not miss any days for reasons other than vaccine noncompliance. He cannot be sent to the minors without his consent, and short suspensions, like if he gets no brawl, do not interrupt service time. Thus, the Yankees' 62nd game with vaccine requirements, counting home games as well as away games against the Blue Jays or Mets, falls on August 1st. To be eligible to play in this game, Judge would have to be vaccinated by July 18th, assuming he gets J&J. So, we are...
But if that counts as him being on the roster, if he's not... I mean, wait, it doesn't count as him on the roster?
If he's out with vaccines, it would count if he's on the roster if he's just hurt.
Right, but if he's out because of vaccine, he's off the roster.
He gets placed on the restricted list, does not count.
But
if he were to get hurt, it would almost guarantee that he gets his year.
Got it.
It's all just so obviously, the easy answer is get the shot, right? Obviously, the easiest answer. But on the flip side,
it's a crazy
the
rule, but
is so
the Yankees have no control.
The fact that Chris Sale could technically come to New York unvaccinated, he's not vaccinated, he said that publicly, and then just pitch against the lineup without Rizzo if he's still unvaccinated and Aaron Judge is ludicrous.
Mind-numbingly stupid. Mind-numbingly. And yet they could probably just still be in the clubhouse, the locker room.
I don't know what obviously the NBA rules are. They're going to vary, but
it's mind-numbingly dumb. Like, their common sense no longer exists in politics.
And I don't like the fact that they would go and sign Rizzo, right? And think this rule is getting lifted, and if it actually doesn't, what are you doing?
That would be maybe one of the worst moves.
They have to know it's getting lifted, even if Eric Adams is saying that though. Because Randy Levine, all them, the Yankees and the Mets are powerful.
Yeah.
The Nets are not. Like they're not gonna. I could see the Mets and Yankees actually getting like the green light, and the Nets still getting fucked. No one cares about the Brooklyn Nets.
Or maybe the Yankees will get the green light and the Mets won't. That's what I keep telling Tank. Yeah, I heard it's gonna get lifted in the Bronx, but not in Queens.
And he just bites his shirt and screams. What would you give Judge? What's your whole stance on Judge?
I don't understand half the things you would talk. This politics thing, the Kyrie thing, I still don't understand. That he could play away games, he can't play here, so he can only get COVID in New York, but not in Boston. It doesn't make sense. So like I don't even. That's why when people talk about this stuff, I go blank because I just like to know what I know. You know.
You stay in your Marty bubble, the Marty brain bubble, which is just trying these things online. And
imagine talking to like a 12-year-old, right? And you're like, hey, this person can only play here because this person has different views than this person. And then they'd be like, why that doesn't make any sense. Why can't he play here, but he can play here? It's the same shit. Like, it's just like, why even fucking bother? Because it's so stupid.
Really stupid. You know what's not stupid? Paint your life. One of the best gifts you can get somebody. I got my mom a beautiful painting of my whole family and our dog as a Christmas gift. She was in tears. That's how good it was. That's how nice it was. If you want to give a truly meaningful gift, you've got to try paintyourlife.com. Get a professional hand-painted portrait created for any photo at a truly affordable price. It's really stunning how they just take a photograph, like anything off your phone or whatever, and they just boom, poof. One of they're beautiful. They're great artists. Just make it happen. You can combine photos of people or places you love into one painting as well. Choose from a team of world-class artists and work with them until every detail is perfect. I think my dog's eyes were closed. I was like, "Can you have them open?" They made them open. It was great. It's fast. You can receive your portrait in as little as 2 weeks as well. Send any picture of yourself, your children, family, a special place, someone you've loved who isn't around anymore, cherished pet, even an action shot of you or your children playing your favorite sport. You can make it happen. Meaningful, personal, and could be cherished forever at paintyourlife.com. There's no risk. If you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded. Guaranteed. And right now is a limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting. That's right, 20% off. And free shipping. To get this special offer, text the word Porch to 64,000. That's Porch to 64,000. Text Porch to 64,000. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text Porch to 64,000. Okay. Well, yep.
Real fast. I always made fun of Rico and I always made fun of Jerry for like having their armies and stuff. Let me tell you, I have a mush militia now. It is amazing to have all these people on your side no matter what.
You were just complaining that everyone was against you.
Yeah, I know I got people that like me. It's just a lot. It was a lot of hate.
Where?
Because I also said that like when I watched Barstool and liked something, I realized I never tweeted things I liked. I just liked it. You know what I mean?
Right. You're more likely to complain about something than
compliment someone. Yeah. But let me tell you, having people in like a Twitter DMs, woo.
Mush Militia is a good name too.
Yeah,
it's like that's why I make people chant. That's what Tommy Chanters basically is. That's why I like to just make people chant my name.
I mean, on Thursday, Jerry just said out loud, "I would love Sour Patch Kids." Some guy in his army just go puffed it to his to the bar.
It's impressive.
To the bar?
To the Billy bar, yeah.
Jesus. How'd your gambling go?
It went well. I honestly.
Did you actually lose $5K on Duke?
Yeah, I lost $5K. Only reason I lost
that seems like a little high.
Really high, but the only reason I had $5K to throw around is I won 15K on the slots.
Okay, I figure. Okay, that makes it fine. I thought you were. Okay, the fact that you were up and okay, that makes a little more sense.
Yeah, that's why there's no way I don't get paid enough for 5K bets.
Why is the video stuck?
Yeah. Huh.
Your face is stuck.
Unflattering.
I'm stuck now?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine. Your face is just stuck in a horrible way.
Those new teeth.
Those chompers.
Those fakers.
You guys are frozen too, so it doesn't help.
Oh, wait,
now you're back.
Now you're a little back. Okay. Arbitration. we just talked about. Imagine arbitration was like a thing, in like
public.
Like outside baseball, like a real thing. Like,
what do you mean?
Like at your job, you're an accountant or whatever, and like, you just go to toe to toe.
It kind of almost is.
No.
Like asking for a raise, basically.
No, but like people like going out of their way to like comb through your numbers.
Right.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about end of the year review where like, hey, you like it here, you like it here. Okay, cool. I'm talking about like
independent auditors.
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be electric.
That would be awesome.
Or what if MLB arbitration was just like live televised? I also think that
should
be
be
cool.
Like in court.
Yeah. Just like
everyone wears like funny hair. It's still crazy that happens, by the way. In England, if you're like on trial or whatever, I'm pretty sure they all wear like funny hair things, like the olden days. I'm like pretty sure that's a thing. It's like a parliament thing.
I feel
or something.
Like that's not a thing. Like the person that's on trial for murder.
Yeah.
Is wearing a George Washington wig.
What do we Google to even figure out this? Do
trial
they wear funny hair in England for trials? This is the worst Google search ever. Wigs are so much a part of British criminal courts that if a barrister doesn't wear a wig, it's seen as an insult to the court. Barrister? Maybe.
But what's that?
Barrister. British lawyers still wear wigs. Wigs is the word.
Okay,
by the way.
So lawyers, but maybe not the defendant.
That's still preposterous that they wear these white wigs.
But it would be funny if like a guy
it's
on trial
2022!
For like a triple homicide had to put on like a funny wig.
I think it's funny that the guy representing the guy on trial for murder has to put on the funny wig. No, how would I feel if some idiot, some schmuck is wearing that thing while my life is in jeopardy here? What? It's crazy that they wear these wigs. Unreal. Saw a new movie on Netflix, by the way. Windfall. I think you'd really like it. Windfall. It's with Jason Segel. I feel like you're a Jason Segel guy.
Yeah, I like Jason Segel.
Jesse Plemons.
Isn't that Segal?
Jason Segel. I don't know. I go back and forth.
I think it's Segel. And some girl. It's on Netflix. Hour and a half.
Is it a rom-com? What is it?
It is. No. Jason Segel plays a guy who breaks into like their. This doesn't spoil anything. Whatever.
Breaks into a tech billionaire's empty vacation home, but things go sideways, and the arrogant mogul and his wife arrive for a last-minute getaway.
Yeah.
Is it a comedy?
No.
Oh.
Don't you think there should be bars next to courts?
There probably are.
It should always be a bar next to the court. Like if you get off.
There's usually I feel like a court is generally in like town, so like bars are probably right there.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never been to court. I've always wanted to go to court.
So like, you just don't know anything about a court, is what we just learned.
No, my brother's a court officer too.
That doesn't mean anything for your knowledge.
He tells me about it. I want to go watch, so you're allowed to go watch.
I feel like, are you every single court case? I feel like
not every one, but like he's in like criminal court. He's like you can just come and watch in the stands. It's like going to a baseball game.
I we should start doing that more.
Yeah, I think we should just report on stuff.
Go on a first date to court.
What else do I got here? Carlos Correa. Let's talk about Carlos Correa. He was traded to the Twins. I didn't have a ton of faith the Yankees were. Signed with the Twins. Sorry, signed with the Twins. There was some hope, I guess, that like, hey, they're gonna make something happen here. He's still out there as a free agent. Anything can happen. Cashman works in the dark. People always like to say that. Not the case. Carlos Correa signs 3 years. Was $103 million, and he can opt out basically any year he wants. Where are the Yankees with that kind of deal? How does that not work? Like I totally hear not the Yankees not wanting to go 10 for 300 to him. Okay, I get that. But 3 for 100? There's your stopgap.
It's impossibly embarrassing. The only thing people are saying is
and we helped them do this.
He wouldn't have accepted that type of deal with the Yankees or whatever. I don't know if that's true. What if you would have went 3-1-15? Then just spent a little bit more than the Twins. It's unbelievably embarrassing how Cashman was played like Brian Cashman, for a guy who always thinks he's the smartest guy in the room.
Got destroyed.
The way he got played like a fiddle by the Minnesota fucking Twins, making him take on Donaldson's salary in a trade that was kind of weird to begin with, and then the Twins go and use that money they freed up to go sign the premier free agent on the market at a position the Yankees needed somebody at. It's embarrassing. It's just
I think
it's been an embarrassing offseason.
I think it's the lowest point of Cashman's tenure with the Yankees, getting swindled by the Minnesota Twins, a team that the Yankees have just manhandled for the last 2 decades, basically.
It is absurd. Remember at the end of last season where the Yankees were faltering, and they lose in the 1-game playoff to the Red Sox, and we're actually saying to ourselves, we're like, maybe this is a good thing. We're like, at least this offseason they'll do stuff, right? Like, at least this was such an embarrassing end to the season, embarrassing loss, that they'll make some moves. There's so many good free agents. They did nothing. I don't want to hear that, this team is so much better. Rizzo was a good signing, but he was on the team last year. They brought in 0 new free agents. They swapped Sanchez and Urshela for Donaldson and Falefa. We got to figure out what fucking to call him.
My girlfriend calls him falafel. And
Falafel's not bad.
I don't hate it.
But I don't want to, I want him to. I think I'm going to like him. I do think I'm going to like him.
I'm going to like him too.
He's a base hit guy, and he loves Derek Jeter.
He will not have an OPS that we like, that the nerds like, but I think he's actually going to be fine. But you could have had Correa.
You could have had Correa.
And people who are like, he's an Astro. Guess what? We just
had Seager.
Oh yeah, that's what I go back at. That's my number one miss here, is that it's not Trevor Story, who signed with the Red Sox. I'll get into him. It's not Carlos Correa. It's Corey Seager was the guy to have. He was everything. He's a lefty. He's fucking. The defense could be better, sure, but it's not worse. It's much better than Glaber's.
We've dealt with bad defense.
Yeah, high contact. Like, he's power that would have increased Yankee Stadium. He's everything the Yankees needed. He's succeeded in the postseason. He won a World Series. He was everything. They didn't even give him the time today. They pulled Machado and Harper. They didn't even interest. There were no interest with these people. None. Especially after getting embarrassed all 2021, 19th in runs scored. And they don't even consider.
And they're saying, Volpe. And look, I like Volpe. I hope he's great. Peraza. You could have had Volpe at short, move Seager to third, vice versa, or something.
They think Volpe.
The Yankees
second could be his move.
Right. So whatever. You could have had Volpe and Seager. There is now such an unfair amount of pressure on Anthony Volpe that Hal Steinbrenner, Brian Cashman, the whole Yankee front office is putting on, because they're cheap bastards, where they're being told, why aren't you signing this top free agent at a position of need? Why aren't you signing this top free agent at a position of need? And they're like, we got this 20-year-old kid. He's going to be the next Derek Jeter. Like, that's so I think he'll be good. I hope. But it's putting such an unfair amount of pressure on him that just to basically cover their cheap asses. And that's the other thing. Like, Brian Cashman is saying, you can't say we're cheap. It's the highest Yankee payroll we've ever run out. That's fair, and I don't blame Hal Steinbrenner. I blame Brian Cashman is that this is the highest payroll you've ever run out, and this is the team you're putting together. That's pathetic.
Just because you spent the money doesn't mean you did it in a good way.
Right. Like, how they've allocated that $250+ million is absurd.
You added payroll, sure. You added it by bringing in a 36-year-old third baseman whose defense is questionable and will only continue with age, for $21 million a year, $50 million total. That's not adding money the right way. When you look what Carlos Correa just did, you could have had Correa for the 1 year, and if it was a good year, he's opting out. He's not staying in and even if he did stay, Volpe plays second.
Yeah, it's a solvable problem.
It's like this pressure that you just said about it's the most you want to talk about Jason Dominguez pressure, where Passon's calling him Mantle and shit, and Bo Jackson. That's
outside pressure.
This is clear. Like, you are the guy. We are avoiding one of the greater free agent classes ever. We're just completely ignoring it because it's all on you, pal. And he's great from all. He has also only played at high A. That's the highest level of baseball he's played at, is high A. I'm all in on him. I believe he will be good. And it seems like he's humble enough and he can handle the pressure. But man, is it a fucking gamble. It's a gamble not only for the Yankees, but a gamble on Aaron Judge, his prime years remaining here, Garrett Cole. These guys are all entering they're in their low 30s, entering their low 30s.
And Volpe is not.
Stanton. How many more years do you have of these guys playing at their absolute peak or close to it?
By the time Volpe gets to his peak and prime, they'll be over. I mean, Volpe, he's not coming up this year.
Yeah.
He'll probably come up next year as a rookie. I mean, he's probably not going to have an Aaron Judge rookie season. It's going to take 3 years or so probably until Volpe is a productive, everyday Major League Baseball. It's just, they're so dumb.
Tanaka all in. is insane here. What?
Do you guys? All right, bear with me here because I saw that blog today where it was like Garrett Cole, his contract is we're paying him
more an indictment on the teams than Cole, but yeah.
Yeah, 1,000%. No, I'm not even going against Cole. Like, it's
Orioles
like,
and Pirates, he makes more than
which is crazy.
Not the Guardians. White Sox, they've fucked up the blog. It's not the Guardians. They make $49 million.
No, he wouldn't fuck that up.
Called him out. I called him out. I texted him. I was like, "This is wrong. I'm going to tweet this out. It's incorrect. I'm not doing that."
But so we paid him $300. Do you think they're like scared to go all in and pay again like this much money? Because it's like you see the Dodgers, like they just get Freddie Freeman, and it's like they just keep trying to get better when they just won a World Series recently. It's like there has to be a reason. Are they looking at the Rays and they're like, well, they're successful. They don't need all these fucking big guys. I just don't understand what the reasoning could be.
The urgency of teams, like you just said, the Dodgers, they had just won a World Series, and now they just got Freddie Freeman. The Boston Red Sox. Not that I wanted Trevor Story. I do think he's
going to be great.
I don't think he would have worked in New York. I think he will work out plenty good in Boston.
It's unfortunate. I didn't really want him either, but he's going to be like, he's just going to be the perfect
You see all the
Red
quotes
Sox.
from like LeMahieu and Judge were like, yeah, we didn't want him going there. Like, they're just
like,
not happy. That's a problem.
This fucking communities thing is pretty cool on Twitter, by the way, that we have.
Yeah.
The Yankees thing. I tweeted and I was like, we're doing nothing, and our division's getting better. Trevor Story's good. And going to the Boston doesn't help us. And who did the Blue Jays just get that was a great deal?
Matt Chapman.
Yes. I think that was an unbelievable.
He had a really bad last year.
Yeah.
Really, really bad.
Still a great defender.
For that amount of money,
210 and like 200 strikeouts, a really bad year. But he can bounce back for sure. They also brought in Kevin Gausman, and they brought in Kikuchi to strengthen their rotation. And they have an I think yesterday against Montgomery, it's spring training, don't care about results, but they started the game with 4 straight singles against Montgomery. Like
who did we bring in for pitching?
Nobody.
Oh, that's right. Not one fucking.
If they go after Mania or Mont, if they get them, I can live with it a little. Like, you have to get one of those guys. You have to. If you don't, I just don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Haney back. At least still try something.
No.
I'm at that point. It's like I don't even want to fucking care about him right now. It pisses me off.
I will say.
Wait, hold on. But Andrew Haney, real quick. Yesterday, I don't know if you saw this.
I did.
Oh, okay. Did you see this? He pitched for the Dodgers yesterday. Remember, he was like the first guy to sign this offseason, 1 year, $8.5 million. Someone gave him $8 million.
Yeah, great deal.
So Walker Buehler pitched 4 2/3, 5 hits, 2 runs, 5 Ks. Solid outing, right? Andrew Haney relieves him, gets 1 out, 4 hits, 5 earned runs.
Oh, wow. There we go. I'm still afraid he's going to turn into just...
No chance. That's the worst pitcher. He's getting $8 million. Unbelievable. His agent deserves every reward, accolade. Unbelievable. Sorry, what were you saying?
It is weird that every, Fangraphs, Baseball Prospectus...
all pick is to win.
All have the Yankees to be, the best team in the AL. It's bizarre. Baseball Prospectus has the Yankees be the best team in the AL by, I think, 7 wins.
Don't understand. Although they said this last year, I think, too.
Do we think Cashman is paying and Hal Steinbrenner are paying them off?
They're using all the excess money
I think there's a chance that it's like, all right, we could spend $35 million on Correa or Seager, or we could spend $1 million to buy these publications off.
To just bribe them.
Be like, oh, what do you mean we don't need
baseball propaganda? Brian Cashman.
Oh, we don't need Correa. We don't need Seager. We're the best team.
Just
in the
look at all the nerds. They say we're gonna be great. See, everyone shut up, and then we win 87.
Also,
games.
that's just so not Yankees to be like, well, these projections say that we should actually be in playoff contention.
You know what? When they were really good, the projections said they were fucking really good too.
Right. Go get the best players and don't leave it up to projections.
Yeah, the Correa thing bothered me. Trevor Story, I just didn't want. I really didn't. If he sounded the people who are all Red Sox fans that day when that happened were like, oh, you'd be so happy if they got Trevor Story. Genuinely, I would just been like, cool, they did something. It's not the guy I wanted. Declining. He would have had to play short here. Everyone's just concerned about his elbow, legitimately concerned. I think he had double the errors he's had in his career last year, something along those lines. His throwing errors are bad. At second, you would think he can hide that a little bit more. We'll see. It is funny that Xander's also not a good shortstop either, and and they're moving the better shortstop technically to second, whatever. He'll hit there, though, and he'll hurt us for sure.
He will put up big numbers. He just seems like such a good one. I can't
there is
describe it. I close my eyes, I see him in that home white Red Sox uniform.
There is a funny thing with
it. Double.
There's a funny thing with his contract. I think it's like 3 years in. He gets he has to opt out, but the Red Sox can just cancel his opt out and make him stay an extra year longer.
Right.
Like, you're trapped.
It's kind of
can't go anywhere.
It's kind of a smart. I don't know. Like
agents are getting more creative.
It's an interesting negotiation.
Britain's was weird too. Britain's had a thing similar to that. And
right, where it's like, hey, all right, you want to keep me? Well, you got to keep me a little bit longer.
Right, but sometimes the player just wants to leave.
Right.
Like, what if he has a sick 3 years in Boston and his value just skyrockets?
Then you shouldn't have signed that.
You're screwed. Yeah.
Did you guys know who has the longest drought making the playoffs in the National League?
Mariners.
Oh, in the National League?
Oh, the National League.
Is it the Phillies?
Hubs?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah, maybe.
Diamondbacks.
Phillies.
Oh.
Wow.
I was stunned by that. I thought it'd be the Diamondbacks as well. It's the Phillies. All I'm saying, I saw a tweet that because Nick Castellanos went to there, and I was gonna tweet. He said, "I don't have a college degree. I hit baseballs." I was gonna, let's do this live. Should I quote tweet saying he doesn't respect teachers or no?
Just lean into it.
I think it's funny to lean into it, but I think that's a reach. That's a stretch.
All right, that's friends right there.
Yeah. I did a good friend thing for you on the blog.
Yes, you did. A very good friend thing. That was a...
yeah, we don't have to... Yeah.
A friend thing.
Okay.
Just looked out for him. Let's talk about Felix.
I acknowledged it, too.
What?
I acknowledged it was a nice thing you did.
Yeah, you did.
I think I did a pretty good friend thing for you, too, on the blog, but I'll tell you after.
Okay.
We're just doing friend things.
I love that. Tommy's a friend. I didn't realize he'd actually be a good friend.
Uh-huh. Why? What have I done?
I just realized you're an actual good friend.
Yeah, I'm trying to be less self-centered.
Oh, I didn't say you're not self-centered.
Well, I think that goes hand in hand with being a better friend. I'm trying to care more about other people.
We're becoming a little bit more like, hey, like, do you want to get a drink or whatever? A little bit more common than previous, which is good. You live in another state, so I can't really deal with you.
Yeah, no, you guys think I live. And
I mean, you do. You live across a body.
You're also traveling.
You live across a body of water. You might as well live in fucking London.
After March, we'll hang out.
All right. 5 years ago.
Also, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You still owe us a fucking steak dinner.
I understand it. He's traveling every second.
All right, just making sure we haven't forgot that.
Settle down. I'm well aware.
I forgot about it, to be honest, until just now.
To be honest.
You literally are just never home.
No, I'm not. I pay rent for no reason.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to do the ad read now, if that's okay, before you guys interrupt. Okay. 5 years ago, our friends at Felix Gray set out to create eyewear that would improve daily screen time. Since then, Felix Gray has been on a mission to create a better relationship with technology. And Felix Gray lenses filter 15 times more blue light that can make screen time tough on eyes and disruptive to sleep. It's jarring, like, what blue light can do to you. It's not a good thing. We want to avoid blue light. I think we'll find out, like, 50 years from now, it was even more dangerous to our eyes and, like, just our whole, like, lifestyle than we think. So hop on Felix Gray, because they're just looking to get ahead of everything here. Make sure our eyes stay intact. We can still see our screens, because I use a screen literally like 24/7 until I go to sleep. Oh, yeah. I'm either watching TV, I'm on my laptop, or on my phone. Very rarely.
What would you do that's not using a screen?
Like read a book, but I do not do that. I am not capable of doing that.
Nope.
I've tried. I tried like a month ago. I'm trying it. I can't do it.
Yeah, but so screens run our lives. Not running away with that, but we can deal with it with Felix Gray. They've got a ton of different styles, colors, prescription, non-prescription, on their website right now. Non-prescription and prescription are available. Check them out at felixgrayglasses.com/porch. That's Felix Gray, FELIXGRAY, glasses.com /porch, PORCH. Free shipping, free returns, free exchanges. felixgrayglasses.com /porch. Just get ahead of it, because blue light is not good. No bueno. No mas. We don't need that ruining our lives. Disruptive sleep, all that. Felix Gray is here to save us. So hit them up. Let's see what else I have on here. Okay. I guess we should start with the letter.
What letter? B?
I don't
C?
know what you're talking about.
D?
I actually don't think it's bad.
I don't even care. Who cares?
I actually want it to be
Talking
bad.
about this, yeah, it actually would be funny if this like gets Cashman and
Cashman,
Hal,
Hal, and Gardner was on the 2015 team.
Can't have him back.
Can't do it.
Be disgusting.
That'd be gross.
People are like, "Oh, you left the Astros." Yeah, I did. Sure, but if you want to get us trouble, okay, go for it.
Also,
our GM,
whatever this is,
owner, make him sell.
is not even close to as severe as the trash.
Oh,
cans
I think it's pretty understood from people who can actually like read this with like a brain that now that letter's out in like 2 weeks, whatever. But it's that it stems from 2015, and has something to do with the Apple Watches or whatever. Sure, like people would think this is like Astros level. Like, no, it's
right.
just
It's
not.
just,
I genuinely believe every single baseball team was doing something from like 2015, 2020, and if you didn't, like, you're just letting everyone else get it. Like, they weren't cracking down on it. They weren't paying attention to it. They're just letting it happen. Finally, they did once the Astros thing came out, and they blew it sky high, and now, obviously, no one's doing shit. So it doesn't shock me at all. The Yankees were doing something. If they were doing something, the Red Sox are doing something. The Red Sox are going to fucking do something. That we're not going to let them just take advantage. If it's not getting cracked down on, we're going to do something too.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see when the letter comes out.
non-story.
I generally believe it's a non-story.
No, yeah, it is.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
Like the Rockies were doing some crazy shit, and no one cared because like they won 10 games with it.
It also doesn't really make sense. But why would the MLB want to protect the Yankees so bad?
It's not. I think it's something to do with Randy Levine arguing it's like opening Pandora's box, where if you allow this, it's like leaking communications or whatever. And he's like arguing like it's a bad precedent to set that like we can just leak these communications, I guess.
Right.
That's what Randy Levine's saying. That's his.
It's nothing.
It's
The Astros cheating scumbags. Yankees, they did nothing wrong.
By the way, speaking of people who were like, "Oh, Yankees, we don't want Carlos Correa, 2017, all this." Shouldn't give a fuck about that. They signed Marwin Gonzalez, who is basically like the number one guy who took advantage of the cheating scandal. Like all his numbers exploded in Houston. Since then, he's been like horrific. The fact that
was
like
he even a major leaguer?
He was on the Twins. The Twins gave him money. He was terrible with the Twins.
Yeah.
Now the Yankees invited him to spring training. Haven't given him a roster spot or anything, but Carlos Beltran is in the Yes Network booth. Like Marwin Gonzalez on the team. Get over it with like your Correa, like you didn't want him. It's just no one cares anymore. No one cares about that team. All these guys have jobs.
Yeah, literally.
we're all around here. Just get over it. Move on. Some actual spring training stuff. Severino took the mound. Kind of got hit a little bit, but I think I don't care if you have a high ERA or have a 100 batting average in spring training. It literally means nothing. If let's say you have literally 2 hits in spring training, and you go 3 for 3 on opening day, who gives a shit what you did in spring training? People automatically just produce in the regular season. But Severino gave a few hits, a few runs, whatever. Most important thing, healthy, threw 98 miles an hour almost consistently. 97, 98. That's a good sign. That was a very pleasant surprise. You expect the guy maybe 94, 95 first start, kind of feel himself out. 97, 98 consistently. That's a good sign.
Yeah, like you said, spring training numbers, whatever, especially pitchers, I feel like they take a while. They get hit around.
Yeah, some guys don't even use their full arsenal.
Yeah. As long as he looks good and stays healthy, that's all I care about in spring training. He's not coming back. He's not throwing 91. Like that would be an issue.
98's great. Another guy, Jameson Taillon, just out here, looks like he's gonna be perfectly ready for opening day if all goes well. His first start, I think he went 2 shutout innings, like struck out Bryce Harper.
Nestor looked good too.
Nestor looked great. Now again, don't care really about these guys' ERAs and whatever. I just want health. James Taillon is a guy you really look for with health. He looked good. Very happy about that.
Who's your rotation right now?
The rotation is Cole,
Severino,
Monty,
Taillon,
yeah.
Nestor.
Yeah.
It's not terrible.
It's not
but
terrible.
I would like another guy that I could rely.
Well, the thing is, you're saying it's not terrible, but it's also a guy who hasn't pitched in
Right.
Two guys.
The upside.
Two guys. One guy's coming off an ankle injury and his first season back from Tommy John. The other guy literally hasn't started baseball games like for 3 years.
The upside is there.
He's our second guy.
Right. Let's do upside. Cole's Cole, but Severino, okay. Upside could come back.
I think you're looking at like what? How many
guy.
innings can you possibly ask Luis Severino to pitch in 2022?
Tyone upside, he stays healthy.
Like, what's that answer? Seriously, like, what is that answer?
180.
I think that would be amazing if he hit 180. I'm looking at if he can hit 150. 150. It's so hard your first year back. First full year back.
Let's look at the downside too. Severino gets hurt again because he just gets hurt a lot, or he's not the same pitcher. Tyone gets hurt again because he gets hurt a lot. Montgomery is Montgomery. You know, he's fine. He's not like a legit number 2, really.
He's a really good 3.
Yeah, I like Montgomery in the rotation, but he's not a guy with a huge upside.
Probably can't be a 2. Really good 3.
And Nestor, I love Nestor, but you could say there is a downside to, well, what if, like, the wheels fall off with Nestor?
There is a lot of signs that point to Nestor being legit, though.
I think he is, too, and I mean, I'm the number 1 Nestor guy, but I'm just saying there's a lot of risks with every pitcher, and it's not right that the Yankees build this rotation. Like, well, look at all the positives they have. Like, you have to also acknowledge, like, the Aaron Hicks thing. Like, sure, Aaron Hicks, if he's healthy, that'd be nice, but he also, you can't ignore when guys just consistently get hurt for so long.
What do you think of Aaron Hicks' quote?
I liked it.
He went on R2C2, our boy Ryan Rucco. Basically was like, this team needs some fuck you in 2022, and that's going to be their mantra.
I want to see it, though.
I think it's big that they're acknowledging they didn't have it.
They were
I feel like for so long, Aaron Boone would kind of disguise it, and I think they're acknowledging that this team hasn't had an edge. Bringing in a Josh Donaldson surely helps with that. Maybe an Aaron Hicks, if you're not going to produce too much on the field, but you want to be like a good guy in the clubhouse for that, sure, no problem. But this team desperately needs that edge, that fuck you edge. So I'm all for it. I'm happy they're addressing it. But like you said, got to see it. I liked Anthony Rizzo's quote a lot. I think that quote to me is just like, this is why Anthony Rizzo is such a good piece to have on this team. He said, "You can't win a World Series in April, May. You sure as hell, but you sure can lose one and put yourself out of it." And he wants to establish confidence early on, basically. Just tell that to Aaron Boone. When Aaron Boone wants to bench everyone on a Thursday getaway, day game, and we're out there with absolute fucking bums, like, remember this. Like, every game matters. The Yankees didn't take it that way last year. And on top of not hitting, like, they would have these bullshit punt games. And look what it did. You were in a fucking wild card game in Boston. The regular season matters. Like, it does.
But we'll be told, though, when Aaron Boone is sitting Aaron Judge 2 days a week in April, like, we got to get these guys rest.
I don't have a problem with, like, sitting guys. I have a problem with sitting them all together, like bunching it all together. That's what I have a problem with. But I liked Anthony Rizzo's quote. That was good. What else do I got here? Joey Gallo interview with Meredith Marakovitz. Did you see this at all?
I saw some clips, yeah.
Basically acknowledging, I thought it was pretty good. The honesty where, like, he knows, like, listen, like, I wish I could. That's just not my approach, whatever. Like, I'm not going to be a high contact guy. I'm going to strike out. I'm not trying to strike out, but it's just part of my game. And he is this guy, the 3 true outcome, built around him, basically. But I do appreciate how honest he is. And, like, his tweets sometimes are good. Obviously, you're not having a guy on your team to tweet funny or whatever and acknowledge his deficiencies. You want him to play better. But I appreciate a guy who's just, like, not trying to hide it, whatever. And I
like him as a person. I think he's kind of funny, like you said, relatable. I just wish he didn't strike out so much, and I hope he hits for a higher average than 210.
Yeah.
I think we need to give... I'm going to try something this year.
I know what you're going to say.
Aaron Hicks, what?
You're like clean slate.
I'm going to go clean slate unless Brett Gardner's on team.
On everyone?
Well,
I'll go clean slate too.
I'm going to go clean slate definitely on Aaron Hicks. I'm going to go clean slate on him. And Joey Gallo, we'll give him the start of the year. He came in as a guy last year. We'll give him a start. But I will turn on them again if they fuck with me.
You know what? I might really keep my Tommy War this season.
No, what we're going to do, well, something we talked about in the past, we just forget. like we're gonna keep our own pinstripes.
Yes, we should. And
Yeah,
negative pinstripes. Negative pinstripes.
Is
exist.
everyone start with no pinstripes?
I think everybody starts.
No,
I think
Aaron Judge. I think should start with a few.
I think
pinstripes.
you start the season with.
Well, actually, maybe if he doesn't get the vaccine.
Otherwise, it's too.
Yeah.
It's too.
Just how,
then
like,
we got to
Ohio
decide how many they start with.
Yeah,
I think everyone
Ohio
starts
State-
with 0 pinstripes.
Okay.
Ohio State starts with the silver helmets, and then at the end of the year they have stickers all over.
Right.
I think those are those are more participation trophies than anything.
Yeah,
Everyone
for
gets a
sure,
million
but
stickers.
We're not doing that.
No, I hate the
we're
Ohio
very
State thing.
strict.
Everyone literally has every space
So
filled. There's
how-
never a guy with like 3.
How many pinstripes does it take to earn them?
You decide.
So-
It's up to
earn
you.
what?
No, I mean, like what, like when? Because if you give a guy a pinstripe, doesn't mean he earned his pinstripes. That's just one. Like, does 5 pinstripes mean you've earned them?
No.
10?
Nobody's gonna earn their pinstripes by like June.
Let's
No,
do, let's do the max is 27.
Yeah. Okay. If you achieve 28. If you get your 28th pinstripe, which would hopefully mean they won a World Series.
No one can get their 28th unless they win the World Series.
Right. So a scale of 20 and negatives.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, there's gonna be so many negatives.
Yeah. All right. There we
my
go.
prediction is
Pinstripe
Gallo's
tracker.
gonna have a lot of negatives for you guys real quick.
We'll see. Every strikeout.
Here's my fear. So the Yankees are keeping a locker for Brett Gardner. He's not on the team currently.
That's
the Blue
so
Jays are
pathetic,
currently.
'cause I feel like died.
Well, no, it's because they want him to come back, and
No, I know,
A
but-
ton of quotes came out today about people the players all want him back.
He'd be a great
Can he just be a
special
coach?
advisor.
Why can't he just be a coach? Why can't he be a coach?
Yeah, keep him around.
I'm trying to find the quotes. I thought Hoke had it. Maybe it was Cuddy. The Blue Jays are interested on him. How weird would that be if he plays in Toronto?
That would be odd.
That would be very odd.
But maybe he could go.
Would that
as
be a
like
bad thing?
He could go as a sleeper agent, maybe
Just like feed us info.
break him down from the inside.
I forget who did the article. I can't find it, but it was every player seemingly wants him back, from Joey Gallo to Aaron Judge to Gleyber Torres, whatever. They all want him back.
Who cares?
I agree. We can't do this again. We can't.
I mean, he could be a nice guy, but
We have
he's
Anthony
not-
Rizzo for that shit. Like, we don't need Brett Gardner for this shit anymore. Sorry. We just don't need this at all. Apparently, by the way, Clint Frazier said that, this was in the article, I remember, when Gardner would be in the lineup and, like, Clint wasn't, he'd go up to Clint and be like, you should be out there. Like, instead of me, like get on it. Like, work
That's
hard.
You're a
crazy.
fucking coach, Brett.
Even Gardner knew it.
Yeah. Crazy.
Tell the coach, Brett.
He's perfect for like a 5th outfielder role. You just know that's not going to happen. By the way, Ender Enciarte is having a nice little spring so far. Don't hate him being the Brett Gardner role. You know why? Because he's not Brett Gardner. At least
Right.
he's not Brett Gardner.
I feel like I'm gonna like him.
I think I'm going to like Ender Enciarte.
He's
if he
another
makes the
tough
team.
name. A little too many tough names on this team, but
I only remember him really because I'm pretty sure the Mets are terrorized by him constantly. He
Also,
makes amazing
he
catches
used to
against
be
them.
on the Diamondbacks, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He was like pretty good.
What else did I have here? Turn to offense. Trying to think if anything looks good. Volpe's played a little bit. Peraza's played a little bit. It's been good to see. Peraza looks like Oswald Peraza has the build to be very good. Oswaldo Cabrera. We have an Oswald and Oswaldo. Very confusing. Rare names, but we have like very similar of them. Oswaldo Cabrera is on the 40-man. Could easily be a guy you see on the opening day roster. They really like. He's a nice swing. Hit a grand slam a couple days ago. What else do we have here? Oh, the new rule changes. New rule changes. Before we talk about the rule changes, let's talk about our friends over at BetterHelp. Relationships take work. A lot of us will drop anything to go help someone we care about. We'll go out of our way to treat other people. But how often do we give ourselves the same treatment? This month, BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to take care of your most important relationship, the one you have with yourself. Whether it's hitting the gym, making time for your haircut, like Marty just got, or even trying therapy. You are your greatest asset, so invest the time and effort into yourself like you do for other people. BetterHelp Online Therapy offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't even have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. I love that part. Sometimes I get a little more anxiety that way, just seeing who you're talking to, whatever. You don't have to see them. That is great. You don't have to go there either. It's all online. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy as well, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp online therapy. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and our listeners are going to get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/porch. That's BETTERHELP.com/porch. New rule changes. So we thought the rules were in place after the CBA was agreed to. They're not. New rules now are out. The fucking automatic runner is back.
I'm going to be honest. I don't completely hate the automatic runner.
Couldn't hate it more.
I think it's gimmicky, and it's maybe not true baseball, but
it's definitely not.
It doesn't happen in the playoffs. Like, obviously, regular season games do matter.
It sucks when your team is facing the automatic runner.
Yeah, but it's like both teams have the automatic runner.
The Yankees are bad at it.
Well, it encourages small ball, and I like small ball.
Gambling, though.
I know what you're going to say, and I like what you're going to say. Go.
The gambling helps where it's like you need -1.5 or something. It's like, all right, we got a chance now,
You have the road team -1.5, like you have a shot.
Yeah. I mean, even the home team, like where you could hit that home run, but it's like,
it also, the live betting aspect is fun too. Live betting a dog in extra innings before the 10th starts is exhilarating.
Also, if you have a dead over going into extra innings, you got the chance to keep that alive.
Yes.
Not good for unders, I'll tell you that.
It's not good for unders. But like, dude, I just don't get. It's almost like college baseball. Like, why do they still play with metal bats? Like, why do something all season and then not do in the playoffs? It's like 3-on-3 overtime for hockey. It's like they just don't do that in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree. The reason they're doing this year, they thought it was done, is because there was the shortened spring training, and it's like a player safety thing where they don't want games going long. I personally I know I'm probably in the minority here of younger baseball fans, if I want to even call myself young these days. I'm not. But I like when a game went like crazy long, like 17 innings, like the chaos of that, and like, this team's out of relievers. What the fuck are they going to do?
That's fair, and those were fun, but they were rare. And, the worst would be, like, a 12-inning game because you don't really get it that long. But
I think the rule is fine here if you do it in the 12th inning. Have the 10th and 11th be normal and the 12th be this automatic runner.
I like
That's
that.
Fine.
So then you're not wasting the bullpen, wasting arms and all that.
That solves everything to me, and I can get on board with that.
Are they doing it just because they're worried about guys blowing their arms out with the short spring training?
Yes. Apparently everyone's on board. Managers, players, and the owners are all on. As a fan, I don't like it. It's
but
Rob
I also
Manfred's child fucking he thinks this thing is the best rule ever.
I'm gonna lose my mind over.
Now, something that is good that I was losing my mind over, and if you're gonna give me one or the other, I'm probably gonna pick how it went. I hated 7-inning doubleheaders so much, and they are gone. 9-inning doubleheaders are back. I hate everything to do with a 7-inning game. That's not baseball in the slightest. Like getting your setup man up in the 6th inning or whatever, or your closer in the 7th, and extra innings starting in the 8th inning, like the automatic runner. I hated that, and I'm very happy 9-inning doubleheaders are back.
I think it just made sense for last year because all the COVID stuff and there's not so many rainouts every year, so they don't have to do it as much. Because last year they'd make up games, they would do the 7 innings, but. What's going on?
My neck is hurting for some reason. I don't know if it's the position I'm sitting in. It's just sore.
Yeah, mine does too.
And what else? Oh, the Ohtani rule.
Awesome.
Very big fan of the Ohtani rule.
There was no reason to not have that.
So one, it's so cool to get a rule after you.
Yeah.
What's the rule?
Oh, you don't know the rule. Basically, if you're a starting pitcher, so obviously universal DH now, American League, National League. If you're a starting pitcher, though, and you elect to hit in the lineup, when you come out of the game, you remain as the DH. So Ohtani throws 6 innings, whatever, comes out of the game, he's still hitting.
That's common sense. I like that.
That's a no-brainer.
I think it's baseball's best strategy ever with marketing a player ever. They're so bad at it, right?
And they want more of that. It didn't work out. Who's the guy? Brandon McKay on the Rays? Is that just not
Yeah,
happening?
I think he's just a pitcher now. Yeah, they're looking to encourage it, but it's really just for Ohtani. They realize how marketable Ohtani is, contrary to whatever Stephen A. Smith says, where he can't be the face of baseball. Listen, pal, they're changing the rules around you. That's a good sign that you move the fucking needle. You put asses in the seats. Ohtani, watching him last year, was like one of a I've never seen anything like that. So I'm very glad that's going to continue. I do wonder where this would go. Like if Jacob deGrom is a very good hitter, would they even dare to do this with him?
Nah.
You don't think so? Would be interesting. Maybe once in a while.
Once in a while.
I don't know. Probably not.
It depends. I mean, if you hopefully you have a DH who's better than a pitcher.
Yeah, we'll see what the Mets are rolling out there. And then what was it? Oh, 28 people on the roster. They expanded the roster to 28
for just a few weeks though.
What is Aaron Boone saying now? Garrett Cole will pitch in a spring game on Sunday. Okay. Great. So we did the letter. We did Marwin, Gallo, Sevy Jamo, the Cashman quote, the Judge vaccine, arbitration. We've covered a lot here. Now I've got some non-baseball stuff coming up here. We're going to do one more ad read, and then we're getting into some quick fun stuff before we head out of here. We're talking about our friends at Manscaped, the global leader in below-the-waist hygiene. They're turning men's shower dreams into their favorite routine with the all-new Ultra Premium Collection. This all-in-one hygiene skin and hair bundle is designed to upgrade the everyday man's shower routine from head to toe. The Ultra Premium Collection includes cologne-infused body wash with aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean and moisturized all day. That entire sentence sounds fantastic. Aloe vera and sea salt to keep your skin feeling clean and moisturized all day. Fantastic. I don't even need to hear what's in the rest of this thing. I'm in. They got the 2-in-1 shampoo plus conditioner that cleanses and nourishes in one step. You can apply this to your armpits and pubic region as well. They got the aluminum-free deodorant, the hydrating body moisturizer spray, and lastly, the Manscaped Lip Balm. Very important for me. My lips get chapped all the time. This is a free gift when you purchase the Ultra Premium Collection. This new bundle will change your life, and all I want you guys, you listeners out there, is to live your best lives. The Yankees kind of fail us, but we can bounce back here with our hygiene. Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code Porch at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Porch at manscaped.com. It's time to get wet and clean with your new Manscaped shower routine. Okay, rapid fire here. We've got like 7 minutes with the studio. I don't know if you saw the Ash Barty, tennis girl retiring, the number one tennis girl in the world.
Never heard of her.
25-year-old, 3-time champion, made over $20 million. She just hung it up, said, see ya.
She's number one?
She's been number one for the last 3 years.
Instead of Serena?
Serena hasn't played tennis in over a year. Osaka stinks. But this is I was going to say, so clearly you haven't even heard of her. Mush, did you hear about this at all? This girl retiring? Okay, you guys don't care about tennis.
Does anyone care about this?
This was the number one story in sports all last night. It was led Sports Center, so that seems like a big deal. What I was saying is I'm trying to compare it to baseball. If someone stepped away, or basketball or something.
Mike Trout?
No, it's not Trout because she's not the best of.
Was it when Andrew Luck retired?
It's kind of like Luck, but Luck hadn't won a Super Bowl yet. It's more like I had a good name in my head before and I just lost it. Oh, it's like Juan Soto kind of retiring. That's kind of what it's like.
That would be insane.
That's the comparison though with women's tennis.
Because of how young?
Young, making. I guess he didn't. She hasn't. He hasn't made too much money yet. Oh, I'm sorry. Here's the comparison. It's like Mookie Betts retiring.
Oh, I was gonna say.
It's like Mookie Betts retiring. Had won, made his money. See ya. With a whole 10, 12 years ahead. Kind of nuts.
Speaking of money, what if I told you that Jeff Nadeau single by himself made more money than Paddy the Baddy?
Yeah, crazy.
Paddy the Baddy made $24,000 for that fight. And he got a bonus for knockout or submission for $50K. And if he lost that fight, he would have won. He would have made $12K.
UFC's got a problem, man.
Dude, that's Paddy. The reason people bought that pay-per-view was for him. I'm not even kidding. Not even for the main event.
You know how?
I don't even know much.
You know how the PGA they almost tried the Saudi league where it was like a really rich league starting where people were. I think it still might be happening, but it's not going to be as many big people. If someone did that with UFC, the UFC would crumble. If like the Saudis came out here with all their billions and just increased the prize pool, UFC would literally have 0 people left.
Yeah,
kind of sucks.
12K is like actually insane.
That's absolutely crazy.
Like getting choked out for 12K and like beat the fuck up.
Yeah. Nuts. Yeah, and he was like on the ground to start that fight. He wasn't doing it. All of a sudden. Real quick, I think we were all in the Twitter space for at least a little bit. That New York City Twitter space thing was electric.
Yeah, NYC Twitter. I don't know if we have any listeners, Yankee fans in there. NYC Twitter. I don't think there are people I'd really want to hang out with.
No.
But it's a fun internet reality show to follow.
Jack Mack crushes it.
Yeah, he's a great Maury.
Yeah.
He's very funny. I mean, hey, shout out Pete. He has an overweight sister.
That was such an unreal line. So many ricochet shots at this guy's poor sisters. Like, what do you mean?
I want to know why they didn't like each other, the girls.
Yeah.
I thought it was
next episode.
Yeah, we'll need to know.
I need to know. And then Noah has something with Lisa Ann.
Oh yeah.
He so doesn't want to talk about this.
So we had today Out and About had Lisa Ann on, and Pat asked me, Dana, and Noah to prepare questions for Lisa Ann, and they'll be anonymous questions, and she'll try to guess who asked what question, like what shy fan or whatever asked what question. And the question that Noah submitted to Lisa Ann was, how would you rank the 3 of us from most fuckable to least?
Yeah. Were you aiming to not get picked? Are you trying to deceive her?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that was great. I think she would pick Dana for that.
Yeah, but see, that was the stupid thing, was that that's what I thought. I thought everyone's question was going to get read, and at the end it would be revealed, like, who said what. But instead, after each question was read, they said who it was. So
he was the third question
wrong for the other first 2. So it was me for the third one. So I look like an idiot.
Like Noah just wanted to say, like, hey, Lisa Ann, would you fuck me?
No, but okay, that's another thing too, is that granted, I've probably worded the question poorly, but my question was not like who would you most want to fuck out of 3 of us? It's who's the most fuckable.
What's the difference?
Because it's the question, because the way I asked it made it seem so I wanted.
This isn't my innocent Noah that we know.
This is Enzo.
Yeah,
this is the Enzo side.
See, this is the thing. Like, when Pat asked me to do this yesterday, I don't know why. Like, because again, I'm obviously not content, but like I asked this question. I thought of the question like from a content perspective, because all I really wanted I wanted to give Dana the layup. Really,
it was a good question. It was just funny coming from you.
No, content wise, you did a great job.
I love how he thinks it didn't mean that question didn't mean like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not who does she want to fuck. It's who is the most fuckable.
That's literally what fuckable means.
I'm saying, in general, like anyone could.
Okay.
Did she answer you, no?
No. I mean,
I didn't expect Dana, me, Noah, but she gave different. She was nice about it. She was like, Dana, just because I know you. She was like, Noah, because you have a girlfriend. You're last, so I wouldn't want to.
Unreal. All right, that's the show. We covered a lot.
Wait, I thought we had rants to do.
What?
You said there's someone you want to kill or someone I want to kill?
Oh, real quick. Oh, I got Chipotle before today. The guy in front of me had the audacity to taste test the meats at Chipotle. Like,
I don't hate that.
Chicken, like the pork, like all this. And then like when he was eating them all, like she was asking me like, all right, what do you want? And then he said something. And then she's like, do you want cheese? Do you want this? Whatever. And he just like wasn't paying attention to her. And I had to get back here because we're recording at 3. And I just wanted to push this guy in front of a car. I fucking hate this guy to the point where I wish I know his license plate and could like track him down.
I've been in a real Karen mood lately. One at Chipotle, second straight week I went, they didn't have any Pollo Asado, the new thing they're advertising. So I sent them a customer service. I said, maybe we should stop putting big signs and advertising Pollo Asado everywhere if it's going to be out of it. How about they put it on when they notice it's low? Then my apartment's trying to raise rent on me $500. I said, just curious, does this mean our one working elevator are we gonna have 2 working elevators?
You still
now?
have that problem?
Yes, they're still working on the first fucking elevator. They said it was gonna take 23 weeks. It's been 8 months.
They fixed their elevator in like one day.
The first one's not done, so they have to do the second one. It's not fixing. It's like renovation. So I was like, is this all gonna be fixed? The hallway project we waited out, the construction project, you're gonna fucking raise the rent on us like this, and when we've been loyal residents. So this, and then today, so. In my building, there's 2 elevators. The one elevator that's been under construction is the one that goes down to the basement, which is where you put your recycling. We have a garbage chute on our floor. You can put your garbage bags in there, but recycling you got to take down.
Oh, we recycling too.
You got to take the elevator down to the first floor and then walk down a flight of stairs. A little annoying, but whatever. You fucking got to do it. And if you really don't want to do it, then fucking throw the recycling down the chute. Who cares? So a few months ago, people kept putting their empty boxes, just in the middle of the hallway by the elevator, like on our floor. Like between the elevators, just in the hallway for everyone. And it's like, that's fucking rude. We got an email about it that was like, hey, stop doing that. People stopped.
We had someone who did that. It was a one-time thing, but it was just a box in the middle of the fucking floor. I was like, this is insane.
Yeah, it's absurd. It's like a multiple. And then again, I noticed the other day, and I looked at the box. I went to see what number was doing it. Like, what number was it the box addressed to? And it was like this apartment, which I know was like young girls, like our age. Like, you're very capable of fucking bringing down like the recycling yourself. So today, then they got.
You were gonna stop at fucking and that.
No, and then again, there's a couple of there's been for 2 days these bunch of like seltzer fucking things, like a cardboard out. So this morning I said I've had enough. I wrote a note and I put "bring your own recycling" down, and I taped it. I taped it right above it next to the elevator, and I just had my roommate check. The fucking recycling is gone. So it worked out.
Good job.
Now I hope that it was the young people that put it there, not like some old lady on my floor that couldn't go down the stairs. But the fact that it was consistently these young girls, like they have a pattern of doing it, it was probably them again, and I feel great, and the sign's still there, and it's going to stay up as a fucking warning.
Good job.
Yeah.
My building just reinstituted no masks, which was so long over. It was amazing. And bringing food deliveries go up to my room now.
Oh, you haven't had
Dude,
that?
we had, all pandemic.
God.
That's a night.
I just got Taco Bell at my door right now.
All pandemic, they would call us. I'm on the 20th floor, give you. I go all the way down, and they leave it like in the lobby, whatever. I get it.
I would have just not moved into that building.
It was fucking crazy. And now it comes right to our door. It's like the greatest thing of all time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And then one other thing, now that you talk about your building, our floor in our living room, you know, like when hardwood gets wet, it will like come up. I didn't know this is a thing apparently, but like, so basically, like, I think I just deleted my phone, the picture, but it was bad. Like the floorboards were literally like up, and you would trip over them, and it was like a hazard, obviously. So we're like, hey, can you fucking fix this? Like, this is bad. They come up. It was leaking from we have 2 bathrooms, leaking from my other roommate's bathroom. They have now taken 2 weeks, and they're still nowhere close to getting done, where his bathroom is unused. So now we pay for 2 bathrooms. This is going to sound very, like, privileged, but we pay for 2 bathrooms, and now I have to share a bathroom with him again, which I don't want to do. It's an inconvenience.
You should be getting a rent.
I was just going to ask you, should I be asking for something?
Yeah.
Because they've been working on his tub for about, like, a full week, 10 days, whatever. They don't come on the weekends because, obviously, I don't think they're probably
like, just wondering, am I now only paying for 1 bathroom since we only have 1 bathroom? I'm in a real Karen mood lately, and
so
I don't see it stopping.
Is that how I should phrase it? Like, hey, this month we literally had 1 bathroom. Like,
right? We'd like a rent discount, or what's the word? Like a rent something for next month.
Would you say something or just get walked over?
It depends how bad it is, but I was like, because usually I'll just like, it's too lazy to do it.
We have floorboards missing, and the bathroom is unusable.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to ask. I would probably ask.
We're getting close. It's been like over a week, and they're not really close to getting done. It's very frustrating. And they keep you. I just cleaned my whole bathroom spotless, and now they're using it for mixing fucking liquids or whatever, and now it's dirty again. I don't appreciate that. A lot going on. Where are you this weekend?
It's all in New York. The streams 4 days.
Okay.
But then I'm in New Orleans next week. The weekend.
I might go out Saturday in near you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I might too.
Haven't seen my best friend out there from home in a while. He lives over. He just moved back in, so I think we're gonna do something
over there. It's in like Jersey City.
Yeah, like Jersey, Hoboken, or whatever. So I might be around there. So maybe I'll text you.
Yeah, hit me up.
My worst bracket I've ever done, by the way, by far.
I have one that's still alive.
The worst bracket I've ever done. Player pool has a little. Matherin is just unbelievable. That guy saves me.
I have a pretty decent.
Well, he pokes boobs, so he's a bad guy.
What was that?
That was weird.
Was that real?
I honestly, I think
because he's not giving a high five.
He
to
is on the other side.
No, he's not.
I thought someone was.
He's not. They said he was.
He's completely by himself.
It's like really weird. I like to think he didn't see her, but the video's really weird.
She's right in front of him.
It's just not good. Can't do that. He's really good at basketball on that zone and team. Although I think that's by far. I watched a little bit of your post thing on Sunday. Whatever you're calling it. The team that impressed the most was Houston. Houston's unbelievable.
And they don't even have their best player. I think they're going to probably beat Arizona.
I love Kyler Edwards. That guy's awesome.
And Marty, I don't know. I'm not. I bet. I don't usually like to bet more than $50. But on the Barstool Sports book, I've placed $184 wager, something like that, on Duke money line tomorrow. I just think Duke's gonna win.
Oh,
I do too.
I think everybody and their mother is like, "Oh, Texas Tech, this is the team." Like,
aren't they favored?
No, their defense is
so
good.
Money line.
No, I think. Really, I think Texas Tech
changed
point
today.
All right, it's going back and forth, but
it's even now.
It's like, oh, Texas Tech, this is the team that's gonna beat them. Texas Tech did not look good against Notre Dame, an ACC opponent like that. Duke is familiar with. I think the Duke, this is just going to be one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, the talent of Duke, where they have, 3 first-round picks probably or something like that, is not going to lose to fucking Texas Tech.
First-year coach in Texas Tech. Texas Tech's really good. Their defense is unbelievable.
I don't think you're going to be able to score.
They have 5-star recruits all over. I think
they almost lost to Cuse.
Who? Duke. It's different. Tournament's different. This is going to be where it's just talent.
They lost to UNC in the fucking final and Coach Q's final.
UNC's in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, the ACC's better than what they gave.
Talent beats system.
Miami beat Auburn.
That was crazy to me. What the fuck was that?
I told you Miami. I have them Final Four future.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What's that pay?
I only put $20 on it. It's like 20 to pay like $660.
That's pretty.
Which is good. I'm like, and you know what I almost did on Sunday? I was gonna put a $200, which again, I think I'm just trying to take more big shots. I was gonna $200 money line parlay Iowa State Miami. Would have paid like $1,200.
I loved Iowa State,
and I just pussied out. I was like, I probably won't win.
Loved Iowa State in that game. I think Tech wins against Duke personally, but that's that. That's Short Porch. That was a lot. Hope you enjoyed. Go watch us on YouTube. Go follow us, subscribe on YouTube, like, comment. Hang out with us. We'll be doing a lot more on there.
And join our Twitter community.
Join our Twitter community, which we're going to tweet out more. We have over 1,000 people in there now.
Yeah.
1,100, whatever. It's a fun way to just talk Yankees. They don't count as real tweets, whatever. We kind of just have a conversation. It's like a Reddit thread for the most part. Yeah. So that's Short Porch. We'll see you back here next time. Later.